you been struggling with saving, investing, and manifesting more money into your life? Here are a few intuitive money tips that you can use right away. My most powerful 7 tips to attract more financial abundance into your life through visualization, aligned investments, even your words. Make sure to stay tuned until the very end. I have got some powerful money mantras that I use on a daily basis so that you can start activating that magic right away. Let's dive in. I'm your host, Tiffany Chung, your go-to for all things marketing, mindset, and manifestation. I grew my online business from 0 to beyond 6 figures in 8 months. My purpose is to empower women to step into the highest, most aligned versions of themselves. If you are ready to take charge of your life, learn how to design a wildly successful business, and leave limiting beliefs behind, you've come to the right place. You will learn the actionable tips and step-by-step strategies on money, manifestation, and social media. It's time to step into your role as boss, to raise your vibration, and tap into your unlimited potential today. Welcome to the Social Reset Podcast. Hello, and welcome back to the Social Reset Podcast. I am so excited that you are here, and this is going to be a really, really good episode. But before we dive in, I did want to just take a moment and just express my gratitude for all of the love and the support that I have received around this podcast, around my recent episodes, around notes that you all are taking, action, inspired action that's coming from my episodes. Please always feel free to DM me, message me, send me voice notes, send me emails based on anything that you've experienced in terms of breakthroughs and realizations from listening to my episodes or just taking in any of my content. That means so much to me. I create a lot of free content just so I can impact more people. And so the more I hear your feedback and read your reviews, and the more you leave 5-star reviews, the more we're able to impact more of the conscious collective. I also want to say that I don't think that any of this is a coincidence at all. Whether this is the first episode that you've ever listened to from my podcast, or maybe you've listened to every single one, maybe you just came across my platform on social media, or you've been following me since my Stay Beautiful blog days. But I wanted to share that there is an opening to work together in a coaching container capacity. So I have both one-on-one and a group coaching program starting really soon. So if you are interested at all, if you've been looking for an aligned, intuitive marketing and business coach, if you are a brand new coach, or you've been thinking about becoming a coach, starting your own coaching program and working with dream clients, but you're not really sure where to start and you don't know where to start building your business or any of the tech or the back end, scaling your business, building an aligned program and marketing it and creating the content around it, you've come to the right place. My Content That Converts program is now open for enrollment. It takes you through my 3-step process, which is niche, attract, nurture. So in the first couple of weeks, we're going through the niche phase where we are niching you down. We're focusing on who you're serving, how you're serving them, creating brand messaging around this so that your content and your communication is crystal clear, as well as taking in market research so you know exactly where your aligned clients, your dream clients need you, their pain points, their desire points. And then we're going to attract them. We're going to magnetically draw your clients in a way that feels aligned. So goodbye any sleazy sales tactics. This is going to be an intuitive, intentional way that lights you up and draws the people who are looking for a coach exactly like you into your space. So we're creating, marketing, and launching your coaching program and the content that goes along with it. The last few steps is nurture. So nurturing a really engaged community and being able to tease them and loyalize them and make sure that they're expecting every single piece of content. And we're going to do this through this transformative 8-week program. And I'm so excited. If you've been thinking about this, if you've been learning about it through my content and my stories, this is the chance. There's a link in my bio for you to learn more information and for you to be able to fill out an application. You can also DM me if you have any questions at all. I respond to every single one of my DMs. And if you think that this is an aligned program for you, please come over. I want to welcome you into this space. And I really want to revolutionize the way that we're coaching. I want it to be a very unique and energetic experience where I'm coaching you based on your human design, your energetic signature, how you are made, your specific gifts and talents and abilities. So if you've ever worked with a coach or you've followed other business mentors that make you feel constricted or restricted to certain things that just didn't feel good to you or didn't light you up, we are going to play and experiment, and it is going to be a failing forward, learning, realigning, readjusting playground in order for you to scale and create the business of your dreams. So if this sounds aligned to you, please reach out, send me a DM. Check the link in my bio. It is all going to be amazing. So let's dive into this episode. I am so excited to share some extremely tangible money tips that are going to help you to manifest the richest version of yourself. So number one, I talk about this a lot, but it is living as if. So I always say the key to manifesting exactly what you want is to live as if it's already in your reality. So ask yourself, what would the rich version of you start doing? Or what would the rich version of you stop doing? Are there certain things that maybe you need to get fixed up or replaced or take out of your routine completely? Would the rich version of you wear old broken shoes with holes where the toes are? Drive around in a dented, scratched up car? Maybe you get some of those things fixed up or repaired. I know when I was trying to manifest wealth, I was living in my bedroom that was just constantly a mess. I had a chair that was literally filled with clothes. I had chairs, actually, multiple. I had a dresser that wasn't even working anymore. The drawers weren't even pulling out. It was just a mess, right? And I realized, and I talk about this in episode 7, if you're manifesting a more luxurious life or you're manifesting moving up to that next level, the universe isn't going to entrust you with more until you're able to handle what you are currently entrusted with now. So if we're not able to take care of the things we have right now in this moment, the universe is probably not going to give us more in abundance. And that goes exactly the same way when it comes to finances. Also, would the rich version of you know nothing about tracking your money, investing, learning about stocks, learning about how to manage and save and keep your money in a secure place and to be able to build your savings account? I know that there was a lot I didn't know when I first started making money. And so I went out of my way and I used Google, I used YouTube, I invested in courses. I actually also invested in a money coach. My dad is also a CPA. He's a partner at his firm. And so he is he's just a wealth of knowledge. So I texted him and I was like, hey, I would love to learn about stocks. You're the first and only person I know to go to. Can we sit down and talk about this? And of course, him being the nerd that he is, I love my dad. He showed up with like 3-4 pieces of notes that he wrote out for me, certain things I need to be mindful of, resources. He numbered them, labeled them, put notes in the little binders. It was so incredible. And I was so grateful. And I listened to every single thing he said. I soaked it all up. I took notes while he was talking. talking, I even like repeated it back to him just to make sure that I really understood what I was doing when it comes to investing my money. So ask yourself, if you want to be rich, are you talking rich people language? Do you really understand what it means to invest and to manage your money in a way where you're able to make money while you're sleeping, or being able to save your money in a savings account and understanding interest, understanding all of the things that you need to in order to be that richest version of yourself? So living as if and making decisions as if you're already that richest, most wealthy, most abundant version of you. All right, my second tip. I would always hear things like money is so hard to come by and so easy to spend. I can't ever save money in my bank account. My money just comes in and then it goes right out. We hear these jokes all the time. We see memes about money coming into our bank account and then flying right out with the bills that we have to pay. So a lot of us grow up thinking that, when we spend money, it's wasted. It's gone. I want to affirm this with you, that there is always more where that came from. And repeat after me. I make more money than I can spend. I make more money than I can spend. That way, when you're making investments, when you're making aligned decisions financially, you know that it's an investment in yourself. And if you're investing in yourself big time, say that you just invested a multi 4-figure investment in a new coach, what you can do is do a meditation or a visualization. You can visualize the money going out from your bank account, circulating the entire world, impacting 1,000 different souls, maybe bouncing from one person to the next, to the next, to the next, just seeing this beam of light that's just bouncing around from person to person, impacting lives, swirling all around them, making their lives just more abundant and happier and glowier than when you first met them, looping all around the universe into the solar system, surrounding the earth, surrounding the United States or wherever you live, and then coming back multiplied. So you're seeing that it's so much more than when it first left, right back into your bank account when it left. And this is just a visualization that you can walk yourself through when you're making aligned investments to remind yourself that it's an investment that's going to come back to you. It's going to come back to you. Set the intention with the money that you're spending and know that this money is going to be an investment in your energy, in your business, in your life. It's going to be an aligned decision that brings you back an abundance, tenfold of an abundance. When I first invested my very first $4,000 into a coach, I told myself that it was going to come back 10 times over, and it absolutely did. It absolutely did. The transformation, as James Wedmore always likes to say, the transformation is in the transaction. We need to spend money and have skin in the game. There are investments. There are so many things that we need in order to build our businesses because nobody wants things for free. Right? I know that if I had gotten these coaches and these programs or any of these opportunities for free, I wouldn't have skin in the game. I would not show up early, do all of the homework, take all of the notes, and allow it to be a transformation that actually changes my life. If someone handed that to me for free and I just had free access to it and I didn't have anything that I was putting into it, such as that energy investment, it wouldn't make sense. It just wouldn't be as abundant to me. So just keep that in mind. It's going to come back to you. This is investing in your energy. If you're not able to invest in yourself, how can you expect other people to invest in you as a coach? Even the programs that you pay for, the subscriptions, like I pay for so many things as an online business owner because there are so many things that are hosted online, right? Those are things that are monthly subscriptions, or maybe I've paid for the annual option, but I see them as investments in my business because it's going to be able to bring more people to me. It's going to create a better customer experience. It's going to be something that allows my clients to navigate their portals more smoothly, to be able to watch my videos in a way that just feels a little bit easier and smoother. And that is going to be it's going to be a multiplication of, again, that energy, that transference. And I truly believe as a coach, when you heal yourself, when you heal your energy, when you do that inner work, you show up better as a coach. And that takes an energy investment. Remember, money is an energy. It comes from source. It's not coming from your employer. It is not coming from the government. It is not coming from the banks. It is not coming from your parents. Money is an unlimited resource and energy. All right, we're going to go to number 4. Donate your money. Try to put at least 10% of your money, anything that comes in, put it into a charity, an organization, a person, a friend, a family member. Try to decide where you want your money to go. Make sure it is an aligned decision. Maybe it's a cause that you really, really support. I know that for me, part of making money and being wealthy is so that I can help support the communities that I love and the communities that I want to be able to financially support in a way so that they can make more impact, right? There are a lot of nonprofit organizations that completely have my heart, and the way that I can help them and to serve them and make sure that they create more of an impact in the world is by giving financially. So the communities of color that I support, the Black community, the LGBTQIA plus community. This month I gave to AAPI Women Lead because they are helping to stop Asian hate all around the world. There have been so many attacks on my Asian American community, which is absolutely heartbreaking. And one of the things that I can do is to donate the money that I have in order to create a better world. So investing your money, giving money back to others is going to be a really, really powerful way to use the money that you have and set intentions with the money that come your way as well. All right, number 5, words. Watch what you say around money. Are you constantly saying that you're broke, that you can't afford things, that you don't make enough? Instead, say things like, that investment is just not in alignment with me at this moment, right? Or say, this is just not a decision that is in alignment with me today. And instead of, so many people call their, savings an emergency fund. And it's really important to be able to try and shift that narrative out of an emergency state into maybe a fun fund or a vacation fund, or giving it more intention, but something that just doesn't scream emergency, because you're literally at that point planning and manifesting an emergency into your life, and you don't want to do that. Of course, it can be put towards if something does come up and if something comes up out of the blue, then you have the money for it, but that way you're not actually manifesting an emergency. So when it comes to money, and I talk about this a lot more in my money mindset episode as well, but it's really like nurturing a relationship with a friend. If you're constantly saying bad things about your friend, if you constantly don't want to spend time with your friend, if your friend comes in through the door and you don't even want to look at it and you don't even want to say anything to it or spend another second with it, this friend is probably not going to want to come back over all that often, right? And so sitting and spending time understanding your numbers, understanding and just switching the narrative around the things that you're saying regarding money will send more abundance and more blessings and more financial opportunities your way. Another thing that I want to say too is your subconscious mind doesn't understand negatives. So if you say things like, I don't want to be in debt, your subconscious mind doesn't understand that. All it hears is, I want to be in debt. It's very similar to let me see if there's something in front of me. If I tell you not to think about a black podcast microphone, which is sitting right in front of me right now, you're probably thinking about a black podcast microphone right now, right? It's probably in your head. And then you're going to think, oh no, she told me not to think about that. Okay, I have to unthink it. Let me unthink it now. But you have to think it in order to unthink it, because your subconscious mind does not understand. It doesn't process negatives. So the more you say things like, I don't want to be in debt, it will manifest more debt, more you being in debt. Instead, you can say, I'm so grateful for financial abundance. Or you can get specific and say, I am so grateful for a 5K month. That way you're speaking life into it, and you're able to really switch that communication, that messaging around your money, around your finances. And if there's really things that you don't understand when it comes to tracking your money, you can always hire a bookkeeper, someone that you trust, someone that you can outsource and delegate this to, and set up meetings around this in order to create more education, more literacy around these topics. Another thing that you can say instead of, I want more money or I hope for more money, this normally manifests more want and more hope, which is why when I write out affirmations and manifestations, it's always in present tense, because I like to collapse those timelines completely. I truly believe that there really isn't a past or a future. There really only is right now. Time is an illusion. So if you are living as if the version of yourself that's already wealthy and rich and has all of the things that you desire, you can say, thank you, universe, for 6 figures in my bank account. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Thank you, source, whatever you believe in. All right, let's move into number 6. These are aligned investments and responsibilities. So this is essentially making investments that feel good to you and that light you up and allow you to still be responsible with your money. So when I say live as if the version of yourself that's already rich, that doesn't mean go into debt. If you don't have the money, then don't spend the money, right? And there's so many things that you can do in terms of your mindset and things that you can do, such as the example I gave earlier about like me having this really messy bedroom, but wanting to manifest a bigger, nicer home. I needed to clean that shit up. I needed to take care of my bedroom and my mess that was right in front of me before I can manifest a bigger home, a better space and environment for me to live in. So thinking about what feels aligned to you and being responsible with the decisions and investments that you're making is going to be really powerful. With that said, though, I've definitely made investments where I've, either put things on credit or a payment plan option where I am really thinking about that delayed gratification. So even though I'm going to be out a little bit upfront, I know that this course, I know that this program, I know that this coach who's working with me one-on-one is going to expand my limits, and I'm setting an intention with that this money is going to come back to me tenfold and it's going to be incredible. And I'm so excited about it. And so I get to hold that energy, and it gets to be this energy transference that really makes the most of the experience. So it is okay if it stretches you a little bit. You are choosing that wealthy later versus that instant gratification where maybe you have the money that you're holding on to right in this moment, but if you were to invest it in yourself, in say a coach, a program, an event, anything along those lines, it is going to grow and expand you as a person so that that money comes back to you tenfold, like that visualization of seeing the money leaving your bank account, bouncing around to all of the different souls that you're going to impact, and then coming back tenfold into your bank account. So the last thing I want to talk about is stop seeing people as invoices. Stop seeing people as dollar signs. Stop seeing people as vanity metrics, right? I see so many coaches, so many business owners that complain, oh my goodness, I only had 50 views on my story, or I only had 100 likes on my new post. We get so wrapped up in the way that we want things to look from the outside. So these vanity metrics, our likes, our comments, our followers, that we forget that these are souls and lives that you're touching. So stop worrying about those 30 views or those 2 comments that you get. Think about what the universe had to do in order to get you and these 2 people together in this same space and environment and in this same timeline. Isn't that aligned and powerful? Something I love to do is give, and then I ask. So you see me creating free content for my community all the time. Even if someone never invests in me as their coach, as their mentor, doesn't purchase one of my programs, doesn't purchase the academy course that I'm launching later this year, I want them to still walk away with a brighter mindset, with more light, with more love and energy than they did when they first came into my community, right? And that, I mean, if there is someone out there that really is looking to up level and they're only consuming free content, that is a whole other topic. There needs to be an investment and a transference of energy at some point in order for you to up level. But I will say that even if someone never decides to make that decision, then I want my content, I want my community to be a bright light for them and to offer education and knowledge and resources. Even so, life supports which supports life. This means that the universe is always going to take care of those that are supportive and nurturing and loving and uplifting towards those around them. So even if someone doesn't know me, like I'm silently sending them blessings and love and positive energy and just even a smile to a stranger that's walking by. You never know what someone's going through. You have no idea what kind of story somebody has and what someone is experiencing in their life. And so the more love you can send them, the more beautiful, positive energy you can send them only comes back to you tenfold. It is the law of reciprocation. It's similar to tipping generously, right? Even if the service wasn't, top-notch service, and even if this applies also to giving to people that don't have homes, and you're giving to them not knowing exactly what they're going to do with the money, which yes, can be scary, but at the same time, that's out of your control. It is not in your control. The energy and the intention in which you gave the money is what is going to come back to you. It's the law of karma. It's the law of cause and effect. It doesn't mean it's going to come back through that same person or through a same opportunity or events, but it means that in some way, in some form, in some time, it's going to come back to you when you are giving from a selfless, genuine, and authentic way. And so that's really, really important. Okay, the last thing I want to share are a couple of affirmations and money mantras. So repeat this out loud if you are alone, if you're able. If you can't, just say it out in your head or write it down. I make more money than I can spend. I was on my intuitive human design mastermind call earlier this morning. And we were talking about how some of us have these really specific money goals for our months, right? We want these 10K months or 30K months or 50K months. There's just so much around like getting things done within a certain timeline. And it can be really constricting and sometimes debilitating. And so our human design leader, she was like, my new affirmation is, I make more money than I can spend. That way, I'm not limited to just a 10K month. I want more than that. And I'm worthy of receiving more than that. And I'm open to more than that, right? 10K, 20K, 30K, whatever it might be, right? I make more money than I can spend. Here's another one. Money cannot stay away from me. I like to joke about this and I like to just say it out loud to myself and just kind of laugh about it whenever I find like a couple of quarters, or maybe there was a $20 bill in my jacket that I just pull out randomly. I'll say, oh my goodness, money cannot stay away from me. Or if I see a new invoice that gets paid or someone goes through my checkout page, I say, money cannot stay away from me. And I say, thank you, blank, and I say the person's name and I send them this beautiful energy. I write their name down, put them up on my client wall. There's just so much intention that I'm setting with that person. And anyone that comes in through my programs, in through my courses, they feel it. They feel that energy. And it's because I'm holding that space in my energetic presence for them. I'm setting an intention that this is going to change their life. Here's another one. My bank account is wide open and ready to receive. This goes along with what I was talking about earlier in terms of what we're saying, the words we're saying around money. The fifth one. Instead of saying, oh, I'm broke, I have no money, I can't afford that. No, my bank account is wide open and is ready to receive. Here is another. Money is here to support me, my purpose, and my mission. The more lives I impact, the more money I make. The more lives I impact, the more money I make. I know that money serves my highest purpose and my higher self because it means that I'm impacting so many people. I'm creating programs and systems and frameworks that are allowing people to leave jobs that they hate, to create more opportunities for their family, for single moms, for women that are still in school that have these big dreams. I'm able to give back to my communities. I'm able to create so much more abundance and so many more options for my clients and my students' lives. So I know when I make more money, I'm impacting more lives. Here is another one. I give myself permission to flourish and grow in financial abundance. I give myself permission to flourish and grow in financial abundance. And I want to add something to that. I also release any blocks that are standing in my way. This way you are releasing any energy, any cords that might be holding you stuck in this place where you're not able to up level into your, upper limit, into the next quantum leap that you want to experience and break through. I talk about in episode 7 so much about why you might be feeling stuck and why your dreams might not be manifesting. So if you want to hear more about that and you haven't caught it already, episode 7 is a really, really good one. All right, 2 more. Every day I get richer. Every single day I get richer. I am a self-made millionaire. This is one of mine. I am a self-made millionaire. And notice how none of these say I will or I hope or someday. No, these are all present tense because when you collapse those timelines and when you live as if, there is no future. It's all happening right now and allows everything to sink deep into your subconscious mind. And that's where the manifestation happens. That's where the inspired action happens. That's where it lights you the F up. and you're able to take the action you need or lay back and just allow this manifestation to take place and to start working. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will catch you very soon. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe. If this episode resonated with you, please take a screenshot, share it on your Instagram stories, and tag me at tiffanychung.co. I truly appreciate interacting with every one of you. Catch you all on the next one.